My name is Ali. I am the Startup Program Manager at Microsoft. I'm responsible for Baltics, Balkans, and Adriatics. Today what I want to talk about is how Microsoft for Startups is going on about Microsoft startups in terms of approaching them and helping them in terms of technology, with benefits and so on. What was happening before was this, that we would profile the startups on our own and try to get them in the program by approaching them. But with the Founders Hub program, what we want to do is this, that anybody with an idea, whether they have just an idea, not even like a website or anything, they are eligible to apply for Founders Hub program. There are different levels of it, which they would be get in, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. The benefits are basically depending on what level you are. Now, we had a lot of talks yesterday with the founders in terms of selecting your cloud service provider in terms of on what basis you should actually choose them. Well, everybody is pushing nowadays a lot of numbers in terms of credits, 200,000, 150,000, 100,000. But I believe that this is something which becomes irrelevant when you come as a startup at a stage where you don't care about the credits. You want to scale up. So if we talk about Microsoft, Founders Hub program, you can build things on your own terms in terms of you can select the technology that you want to use in terms of optimization with Azure. There is GitHub. Then of course there is, like, in terms for your team, there is Microsoft Teams, which helps you in terms of communication and so on. The main thing that I want to talk about today further would be the opportunities to access to customers and capital, which not much of other competitors are able to put. If you imagine, one way or another, every second person in the world is either customer of Microsoft or either partner of Microsoft. So, which means that the potential for the startups joining or partnering up with Microsoft is huge in terms of once they are ready with their product, their solution, to be able to get the access to those partners and Microsoft customers. Apart from that, then we have got brilliant personalized guidance for the startups in terms of technical support, in terms of mentorship programs, events, webinars, and so on. So, what Founders Hub actually consists of? So anybody who would apply a startup into the program would be able to get credits up to 150K, which they can use in the time frame of 4 years. Then of course there is Visual Studio Enterprise license, GitHub. Then you can run your business with a lot of amazing tools, Microsoft 365, Power Platform, Dynamics 365, which is amazing. Now, if we go much more deeper in terms of technical approach, mentorship, events, and support, everybody else is doing that as well. How we are different? If you talk about technical advisors, for example, if you are an early stage startup and you don't know much about how to use your credits and you need help in terms of optimization, you can get technical advice from our technical support guys. They would sit with you. If you are locally, locally sit with you, guide you in terms of how to optimize your usage, and also if you need help in terms of cloud architect. So we have got a lot of good cloud architects, experts who have helped a lot of startups in terms of where they should be going with their product in terms of technology. Now, my favorite part is the mentors program. If you are accepted in the Founders Up program. From the level 3, you have the access to Mentors Network. What it is, we have got a mentor network of 250 mentors from all over the world where you can go into the mentor network and say, for example, you are uh, on a scale-up stage where you want to think about your marketing strategy. You can go to the mentor network, select for the person who you think would be able to help you. Let's say head of marketing for um, Netflix. It's just an example. You can just go into the mentor network and select the person and book a time as you would book in Calendly or in Outlook, and get that advice through them and so on. Now, we are doing a lot of events and workshops. Uh, for the startups that are within the program, we are giving them webinars, we are giving them invitation to the events, we are organizing them, we are promoting them. We have got, let's say, 3 of our startups today in TechChill, which we have invited. We had a great presentation for them in terms of on day 0, where they got to meet a lot of investors and other founders. Of course, there's a 24-hour standard Azure support, which is no surprise. Now, when I said that we are different than other cloud service provider, is imagine you joined Founders Up program, you had an idea, you got accepted at level 1, then you work your way through to level 4, and you have come to a stage where you have your solution ready, and now you want to scale up. What are the options? Well, the biggest tool that I believe, and I genuinely believe in this, is that if you publish your solution on commercial marketplace, it opens channels in a way which actually does magic. So, my colleague had a presentation yesterday about how to grow your business with commercial marketplace. I would go briefly with that. So, there is a possibility that you get credibility because you are partnered with Microsoft. So let's say you have a direct customer, you can say, hey, how about we go on with our business on commercial marketplace. So having an app in commercial marketplace means that all of your licensing, your accounting, your legal things is going to go through Microsoft. So for example, imagine you have a solution for beauty product, let's say. I'm taking an example of one of our startups. She published her transactable app on commercial marketplace, and I found out the day before yesterday, she made a deal with Johnson & Johnson in terms of research and development. So, and why it happened? Because they recognized her as a partner with Microsoft, because they are the startups with Microsoft and they have their app published in commercial marketplace. So that was one of the, I think, biggest thing that helped her, and she was very happy, genuinely happy to be able to, get help through Microsoft. And what else we do is this: we are promoting your solution with our go-to-market budgets internally and with our co-sell partners. Now, one more thing which I want to mention is this: that imagine that we have got co-sell partners in 140 countries, and if, for example, you put your transactable app on commercial marketplace, you put private offers for the co-sell partners and say, hey, if let's say we make a deal of 100K, we're going to give you 10%. This will allow those co-sell partners to be able to push your solution across 140 countries. So yeah, this is one of the things. We also help with raising the funding and so on. There is some program selection guidelines. You have to be a software as a service based startup when you want to apply. It has to be private held, it cannot be a government entity, and it should not be enrolled previously in another program. Now, one of the our startups, a defined crowd, had a really good saying that I no longer feel like I'm walking my path without guidance. Not only has Defined Crowd grown to a team of 100 people with a base of nearly 40 Fortune 1000 customers and a global footprint, but we have Microsoft helping us. So I will skip these. Uh, Here is my LinkedIn profile, and here is the link for where you can apply. It takes only 3 clicks, basically, with few information to be applying in the Founders Hub. Now, if I would round it up, I would say that if I would be a founder and I have a choice of cloud service providers who I should choose, I would think right now in terms of my scale opportunities in the future. So, for example, if you go for credits, you will get bored of credits. That is my conclusion with in terms of what founders I work with every day, daily basis. So think about right now your scale up and how Microsoft or any other partner can help you to scale up. So if you have more questions, as I said, add me on LinkedIn and I would love to answer your questions. Thank you very much.